Okay, this is the second video, and in this case, I'm going to make my GIF, and I'm going to do a new file. And for this one, I am going to do a custom, so I'd like you to change this. Um, it's going to be 1920 width by 1080 height, and the resolution is pretty low, so that's kind of typical for a GIF. You want it low resolution so you can easily share it. And so I have my resolution at 72 and everything else is as it says. So here I am. I've got all of my, this is my sheet of paper here. And I think I'm going to save this because I want to make sure that I can get it in the future. So I'm going to go back to my desktop. I'm going to go to graphic design. That's where I have my stuff. And then I'm going to do my Waterdrop GIF, and I'm going to name things Wilkerson K _ Waterdrop GIF. Okay. And so I'm going to save it there. And I said, okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I want to import all those pictures. So I am going to do something a little bit different than I have been doing. So let me actually stop for a second because I want to share and make sure that you can see my whole screen. Okay. So here you kind of see my whole screen, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my my file, right? And here they are. And I'm going to draw all 5 of these pictures, and I'm going to drag them here, and I'm going to let go. Okay. And so I'm going to right now kind of change this a little bit just so that you can see everything I've done. I'm going to say done, 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 done. And when I did done, do you see that it added all of these screenshots over here? So I'm going to do that. And then forgive me for a second. I'm going to kind of stop and share just my Photoshop screen. Okay, so now you can see my full screen. Okay, so I have all of these here. I'm going to go into Window, and I'm going to make sure I have Timeline done. Actually, I just took off Timeline. So let me put in Window, Timeline. I'm going to ask you to also put rulers in. So I have rulers in. You might not have rulers. So you go to View, Rulers, okay? Because I want to, when I make this bigger, I want everything to be in the same place. So make sure you've got rulers turned on, okay? So the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down here. Do you see in the bottom here? And right now it's usually once you do timeline, it goes to create video timeline, but I'm going to do create frame animation. So it's going to show create frame animation. And then I'm going to go over here. And this is really impossible to see, but here, kind of in the lower left-hand corner of the window, I'm going to put that on. And then I'm going to click on make frames from layers, which I don't see for some reason. So wait, I'm sorry. On create frame animation here in the corner, I'm going to click on that. Okay, so I clicked on that, and as soon as I did that, something appeared in my timeline. So you have to click on create frame animation, and now I'm going to do make frames from layers. So now that's there. And then what that did is it put each of these in. So let me show you what this looks like. Here is my first frame. Here's my second frame. Here's my third frame. Here's my fourth frame. And there's my fifth frame. Okay. So that's how I've done that. And so now I'm going to edit each of those frames, and then they're going to later on kind of be looped into a video. So here's my first one. And I'm going to just make it really big. It's poor resolution, but that's okay. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to kind of put my cursor here in the middle. And then I'm going to look at my ruler and I want that middle to be about at 900. Okay, so this is where I've got it at 900. So it's up here, 900 there. Okay, and then I always have to press done or else it won't let me move to the next step. So I'm going to do that. Okay, now I want to animate these so these little raindrops keep coming down. So I have one highlighted, and now I'm going to come over here to the plus button, and it's going to have the same one. So here's the first frame, here's the second frame. Now that I'm in the second frame, I'm going to highlight it and press the down arrow to make it about that big. Okay, that's great. Now I have second highlighted and I'm going to add the plus again because on number 3, now I'm on number 3, so I've duplicated it. I want it to go down again. So I'm going to have it go down 3 times. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. GIF happens so quick that doesn't have to be exact. And I'm looking to see where this is in my timeline. Unfortunately, I can't really see my timeline, but there it is. I mean, my ruler. So there it is. Okay. So now I'm going to go to number 4. And this is kind of the first drop. I'm going to make it this big. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make that around 900. And I'm going to say that it's about there. I can also kind of see it here. So I can say, wait, I think I kind of screwed that up a little bit. Okay. So I've got this here, and I have to press done. Got number 3 and then here. So that's good. So I did that correctly. Okay, now I'm going to come over to number 5, make it real big again, and then bring it down, sort of eyeballing it so that it's about 900. Okay. And then I click done. And then I come here, make this big. This is a bigger splash. Click on the center. And make that around there. Okay. And then on number 7, this is kind of the end. This is sort of the aftermath of the splashes. And I'm going to put it here on 900. Okay. So let's look at it now. If I go on number 1, I have to click that. If I go on number 1, okay, and then look down here on this video timeline, I can press play. Okay, so that's a little too fast. So now I'm going to adjust the time. So this now says 0 seconds. I'm going to do 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, and then the last one, I'm going to do 0.2. Okay, so I'm going to go into number 1 and see what this looks like. Looks cool. I like it. And so I'm going to stop it. And now the last thing I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to save this Photoshop program. So in case I need to go back and adjust something. And then I'm also going to export it. And I'm going to export it, save for web. So export, save for web. Okay. And now this happens. And there's 2 things I need to do. One is, do you see right down here where it says 100%? I need to change that 100% to fit in view. Okay, so it needs to be fit in view. I want it here saved as a GIF. Everything else I want to keep the same way. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to put it into my folder, my desktop folder, Wilkerson K _ Waterdrop GIF. And then I'm going to make sure that I've clicked on images only. And then I save it. Okay. And now I'm going to play it. I'm going to actually stop for a second so that I can go into my my Explorer file. Here it is. You know what? Let me make sure. Yeah, I've got this here. And then here's my GIF. If I want to make sure that it's the GIF, I can go to details. And I can see that this is a GIF file, GIF, and I'm going to open it up. Okay. And then I actually uploaded this file to my drive and then I downloaded it onto my phone in my photos, and I just sent this to somebody. So you can do the same thing. And that's it. That's what you're going to be sending in.